Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Atelier Ryza 3. In raising the capital, Dong Zhuo commits heinous crimes, by concealing the Jade Seal, Sun Jin betrays the Confederation. I'm the mysterious JG.
And I'm the Lethal Feline, and I conceived the video game. We have lots of SP at our disposal this session, it looks like, JG.
Well, we're actually... yeah, let's talk about that in a moment. But first of all, yeah, this is our... We had a 53-second video that went nowhere because not only could Lethal not see the screen, I then accidentally called Bobo while attempting to share the screen. Also, because there was a cockroach crawling around right before we started recording that I did not catch, anytime my leg hair brushes against my sofa, I am going to be convinced there is a bug crawling up my leg.
So look forward to possible screams this particular episode or session.
Yes, if I start shrieking and jumping on a kitchen chair, I promise we will redub the my voice so that I sound like a less offensive black female character.
Well, Reserve will come in to do it.
Exactly. So anyway, I have in fact done a bit of off-screening since the last time we were all together, you, me, Lethal, gentle viewers. So I have endeavored to. I don't want to recreate what is known still as the shameful plant seed incident. I do want to try to make sure that anything I did off-screen that involved story-ish elements is covered. So I grabbed an emerald band off-screen, and it did trigger the recipe. And it did trigger some content, so let's see that now. As you can see, that leads to the Gathering Level 2 path, which is kind of important. And the basket size up path, which is just going to make Lethal even angrier. So let's see what kind of story comes out of this.
Just feeds into JG's addiction.
Yeah, my addiction of playing the game's core gameplay loop.
Oh, hey, Ty, remember the Emerald Band that I made like 5 seconds ago?
Remember the Emerald Band? They were like one of my favorite bands when I was a kid. I had such a thing for their lead singer.
Yeah, I remember it. I mean, yeah, I remember it. Yeah, I remember it. We found a recipe for it at the ruins a while back. It's the device that extends a magical cord.
Oh, that damn thing.
That damn thing.
Yeah. I left it back to the capital thinking I might use it for the exploration of the ruins. I wouldn't possibly need it here, and it's a ring, so of course it's very cumbersome to transport.
Oh, really? I'm sorry, I didn't realize, because what you actually meant to say was that you left it for me to use, and I failed to bring it with me.
Well, I thought I made multiple copies, so it was mine.
No, there's only one ring to rule them all, one ring to bind them, one ring to something them all, and in the darkness... Fuck it, I didn't get any of that right, did I?
To be honest, I'm not sure. So I guess it's left at the Atelier in the capital.
Yeah, which by now, Patty's dad has probably converted into, luxury apartments for rich people.
No, its furniture's too old, don't you remember?
Of course.
It would be much more convenient to explore if we had it, right now. Okay, I guess I'll just make another one.
I think I try not to think too hard about architecture because it makes you and Boss really mad when I became interested in architecture that one time for some reason.
Still really happy with how expressive she is now.
There's a lot of things I miss about the first game, but yeah, the art style has changed to where you can tell what people are thinking a lot more. Anyway, your boy here. Do you remember how to make it?
Nope. I mean, of course I do. I'm the Goons.
There is a style of adorable Japanese anime, usually female, not always character, where they're supposed to look intense and excited and focused, and to me they always just look like they are insane and are about to kill, and that's what there is doing here.
Hey, I may be a little bit of a mad scientist. That's why I can move my eyebrows now.
Gentlemen.
Actually, no, I lied. I remembered it just right now. It's that latent memory. And now walk towards the screen. It's the drift again.
Yep, and that has not gone away. Meanwhile, another thing. So, unfortunately, there's another bit of skill up this way, which, I can grab max quantity up. But the next bit of exploration I did involved going in this direction. It involves item duplication.
Mhm.
So that's like, I think I left a slot where we can unlock that, because otherwise I'd be doing a lot of like high-speed, building shit just to get that one to pop. So instead, now that we've seen the exciting story of how rings are a thing, let's kind of move out in this direction. Because I think I made some notes off screen about how far I got. It's interesting. You can get, I think it's level capped. Like, they wouldn't let us go north out of the Pixie Forest. They said it's not a good idea to go here. You actually can go there once you're at a high enough level. There's just, like, no fucking reason to do so.
Okay.
There's, like, you just keep finding the same materials that you could find anywhere else. It's kind of interesting, though. Off screen, I've done a lot of exploring of just, no one is dropping anything useful. There's nothing useful to be found, but like large tracks of Ryza 1 are still in game, and I'm really curious as to whether they will be worked in later, or it's just like, we just built it all in there, but there's no reason to go to any of it. But the story's really not going to do anything until we go to the new islands, so we can start making our way there.
To the island. Now processing.
See, we already know all about Pussy Island, so these are non-Pussy Islands, obviously.
Yeah, these ones have an adjacent name. The Cock Islands.
Mm-hmm. The Cock Islands.
Or Isles, excuse me.
They're actually the Islets of Langerhans.
Or Schlangerhans, if you're German.
German people have different pancreases than we do.
That's how they can process so much alcohol.
There you go, yeah, that's why it comes from eating all that schnitzel.
Mm-hmm. Gives them resistance to gout, too.
Mm-hmm. You could actually equip an item in your accessory slot that gives you gout resistance +4.
You know, in this game, it's very possible.
Use an elixir, and like you have a level 1 anti-gout buff.
You have to get the trait from a German pancreas, of course, or you can't get it to actually be a super trait on your other items.
Yes,
I
exactly.
hope I've gotten enough rhetoric from this game in this bullshit statement.
You failed to mention rings, but otherwise you're batting 1,000. Emerald bands, excuse me. Alright. Inside the rock wall. So apparently our map thing is this glowing bush, which I guess is fair. Moses would probably consider that pretty important as a map icon.
Now featured in the Ryza 3. God. Man, they really do make the gathering spots a lot more obvious with the indicators on this now, even with the items you need to use to actually acquire things like hammers and sticks.
Yeah, there's a lot of little quality of life improvements, which is weird because here we go, random quests.
During Ryza and her friends' adventures, there are times when quests are given in addition to the main quest, such as helping someone in trouble. These are called random quests. Random quests vary in content, and some are suggested by your party members. The fucking louts. Random
Know
quests
your
do
place.
not-
Shut up, party members.
Sorry. Random quests do not appear in the list of quests because that would be too helpful. They are indicated by a quest icon at the target location on the map screen with a question mark in quotations. They'll be displayed for these quests that have not been triggered, and an exclamation point for quests that are in progress. You can receive quests by talking to the people at a target location or by approaching a certain location. Note that some quests will automatically end if you leave the area where the quest occurs. When you complete a quest, you will receive a reward, of course, and a pat on the head. If you complete a quest suggested by a party member, the corresponding party member's stats will improve. In what way and at what degree? It's random. Random quests are optional. However, the same quest may not always occur again, so be sure to act wisely in this and all things. You can find this tutorial in the help section.
So all that is to say, honestly, that they made that more complicated than it is. Sometimes we'll be walking around and you'll get a little message to say, like, defeat this enemy or gather the ingredients in this area. And if you do, you get like a reward of like, 100 coal or 50 spa. It's not like that. That's made it seem so much more complicated than it is. There may be character-specific quests later and non-repeatable quests later, but so far it's just like every so often there'll be a slightly more dangerous than usual enemy. It'll say, hey, beat this guy, get some spa. So I think
really the thing is, if you don't do enough random quests, that character will die in the final sequence of the game.
Yes. if you don't do Lent's quest when he asks you to do that quest, he will die during the assault on the collector base. So be careful. This one pixie.
That's why this is the last game, by the way. Continuity issues.
Exactly. That's why Mass Effect 2 with the collector base sequence was the final Mass Effect game.
Yep.
What color?
Well, you just don't have the budget in this series.
Random quest trigger.
It happened.
Defeat the group of monsters. Hunt tiny devil.
Doesn't say who's asking for this. It just happened.
Right. No one asked for this.
All right. So it was Jensen who did. He just will deny it. Oh, such defense. The kicks, the spins, the knees, the flipping headshots. She did well as an air too, goddamn.
Yeah, we're not fucking around here.
Oh, this is their first time seeing the item use screen. Look at her. The core crystals is glimmering.
Yeah,
on
that's
her
true.
palm.
We kind of we got a tutorial on how to use them and then never got around to them. So we can do all sorts of shit now. We got can we? How many core charges? I got 2 core charges, so we can do the old explosive uni, and then the Ryza like kind of blinks, and we can use a fish oil, which is just a thing that gives you a little buff.
It certainly is a lot more impressive looking. In the last game, it looked like she was pulling out a Yu-Gi-Oh card.
Putting it face down in the old graveyard, as they say.
Mm-hmm. Get some trick shots on this guy. There's no mini map, so I can't tell how many monsters are left. I guess there's just the monster selection at the top.
Yeah, that's really the only indicator we got. This wow, well, we took some damage here. Or I just didn't bother to heal after prior battle.
Probably not.
And by prior battle, I mean loading the game. We might not have had full health on that save.
Mm-hmm. She's doing some goddamn kickflips on her staff, because why not?
Why wouldn't you do that? So we got 3 quantity Imp's Lost item. So that's the kind of reward you get for these random quests. Not exactly show-stopping rewards so far.
The show must go on. That's good for the viewers.
Boy, it would be such a nice place to spend some time.
It's beautiful. It does look like we just have one continuous map now, the way it is transitioning between screens. Although I'm sure we'll get a now processing soon enough just to prove me wrong.
There's a question. What could it mean?
Could be Pandora's box. Let's go check it out. Up there it is.
Well, this is a story scene, in fairness, so it's not.
Still counts.
It's not quite a fuck you. But just to make sure the gate is properly sealed, right?
I come to check it every now and then, so no need to worry. It's still closed. Nothing bad will happen.
Oh, how smart.
Why does it sound like you're being condescending?
No, I'm not even trying to sound condescending. There's no way to read that line. Like, it's not like I could be bothered to check that the Fallujah aren't still spilling into our world, so I don't know why I'm being a douchebag about it.
I'm a grown-up myself, you know.
Oh, I know. All right, Lent.
I understand his concern. Back then was a different time. Literally, it was Tuesday. Let's flash back to it now, shall we?
Yeah, I remember the Stargate clearly.
The date that you sealed the Fallujah was the most important day in your life, but to Bison, it was merely Tuesday.
For us at the time, just coming here itself was a big adventure.
Well, it kind of was. We fought like, yeah. I mean, yeah, but we fought like an evil monster queen from hell itself. So yeah, it was kind of a big deal. Not just because we were kids.
One, and another one, and another. Then some women on chairs.
Yeah, that was kind of my favorite. I like how they crossed their legs. I think that's when I started to first become a man.
Yeah, I've noticed how Patty has a similar kind of build to them. That, you know, it all tracks.
I tell you, she knows how to sit on a chair, boy. Oh, hey.
Does she cross them?
Cross chairs?
No, her legs, idiot. Barney.
Is there something there? So this is a thing that happened off screen. I even put it in our little Discord chat. Oh, I traced the bunny, so we better do that again.
It's weird to think about regular animals in this place because we have not seen any regular animals up to this point other than goats.
Oh, it led me to a dragon. That's cool. Thanks, Rabbit.
Rabbit, all if I didn't do this, it'd kill me family.
So it led us to an aqua core, which is kind of garbage treasure, to be perfectly honest.
Well, time to go back to the Barrier Blastia and see if that fits in there.
Oh yeah, you're right. It took me a minute. That game was a long time ago. That was a long time ago. If you'd said, yeah, Jack Source is furious, that would have immediately got me to know what you're talking about. All right, so gather all the shimmering materials.
For those who don't know, I'm referencing Tales of Vesperia, where JG had to go back to the Aqua Blastia core, which is a long walk, and Jack Source was not pleased with the situation.
And I appreciate you explaining it, but you made one critical error. JG did not have to go back to the Aqua Blastia core, but he did it anyway.
He didn't have to, but he wanted to check because JG is JG, and he's like, there could be content there.
Well, actually, it was like the entire because I think in the Tales series, you will acknowledge there's a real tendency you just go to place A, and there's no particular reason to expect anything's going to happen, but suddenly the plot's like, okay, now you got to go to place B. Like, there's a lot of this like rando plot dumps of. Now go to this place, even though it was never building to that. It's like, now you got to go to this Weed Sandicatos or whatever. So that game is like the entire plot for Yuri Lowell was, hey, my hometown's in trouble. They don't have this Aqua Blastia core. They really need it, or shit's going to be bad for people. And you get it, and it's just like, hey, you know what? We should go to this other place and do this other thing that had nothing to do with what the main story has been for the last 2 hours. But I was like, no, I want to go back to our hometown and see what's going on. And the game's like, but you don't. No, that was a MacGuffin. We don't actually care about your hometown. Damn it.
It's a MacGuffin in some ways. In-game lore, it actually keeps monsters from attacking the town, which is important.
But that's what I mean.
It's monsters for babies.
It's important in a MacGuffin way. It's like the game doesn't actually want you to go back and see. It's just like, this is a reason to get you out of town. So you could go to other places and be given other MacGuffins.
Can't remember if the Aqua Blastia core is repurposed for use in something else. It's been a long time since I played through that game with Zeppy.
Well,
could have been happening at the same time, to be honest.
If you got about 300 videos worth of time on your hands, you can watch me play through the game, and I guess your playthrough with Zeppy is on somebody's channel. It's a long, I mean, it's an enjoyable game, but it is a long...
I think it's on my channel, actually. I don't think it's on Zeffy's. I can't remember.
But anyway, so there's a couple of things to note that we've learned here. Chasing those bunnies doesn't really, so far, seem to be all that important or exciting. But also a thing to note, treasure chests are kind of garbage in this game.
Because they were so great last time, never mind the ultimate trash.
Yeah, actually they were literally garbage in that game, and sometimes the garbage was 999 quality garbage.
Yeah, back at the time when we didn't need to build anything.
Mm-hmm.
But if we did, oh buddy, we would have what we needed.
Oh, and I have reason to believe, from what I have seen and heard, that as much as I care about Gathering Spa right now, I think we will be like maybe 2/3 of the way through the game when spa starts flying at us faster than we can possibly handle it, and we no longer have any need for it. So, although I'm gonna say I think there's some spa value inflation going on here, because when you go to the advanced skills, maybe there's really only like 3 or 4, but it's like 3,000.
All right.
Yeah, like I think there's going to be something where there's like some like South American style spa inflation, where it's like you got to cut a couple of zeros off of the spa every few years, or else you're like Weimar, Germany, you're bringing like a wheelbarrow full of spa to the store to try to buy a skill.
That's how it works in this game too.
I tell you what, that is literally how Nazi Germany got started. So be very careful, Atelier. Ryza.
Otherwise, your skill screen might actually create a genocide, alright? Just keep that in mind.
So I want to say, I guess I finally stopped growing, so I will say that. The other thing I want to say is I think we would now be best served to, we can go back to the Atelier, and I can throw down a save just in case we need to get back to this point, but I think I can load now. Because like that was, I think, the story content that we would have missed. Is like,
Hey, check it out. Remember that place where we killed like monsters and shit? It's still there.
You say data.
I say data. Data.
I would just say it that way.
Potato. Frittata.
Data frittata. Hakuna Matata.
That means no worries for the rest of your days. In case you didn't know
That's
that.
why we. I was gonna say that's why we saves.
I think I might have had an outfit change there. Hold up now. Let's see. So in this world, I have already bought the duplication. So this is the wrong thing to grab.
Bumblers, we're gonna have duplication in our future.
I have spumbled it.
That one's slightly after that one.
Yeah, anything that's after... Well, actually, after might be the right slot. Let's see. This might work. If we just have a fairly small amount of spa left again. I don't feel like getting 700 spa. Or another, like, 300 or 400 spa.
Mm-hmm.
It is faster to probably play around with loading the slot. So what did I grab? 320. Let me try 326. Maybe I went back and retroactively made a save. Who knows what the best way to do this is.
We're back in jacketless country.
Here we go. I think I made... I did. I knew I'd made one specifically just so we could see this. So let's see this. I'm so, I don't know how much anyone else is enjoying it, and I don't dislike the Cao Pi voice, but it's so liberating to get to do Liquid Snake. Is this the right place to put it? Ooh, it's kind of dirty.
Yeah, right there. I'm ready.
Just, can you at least kiss me first?
Is that by any chance the multiple cauldron?
Yes, there's the multiple cauldron. Why'd you take so long to say it? I found one just like the one that I used to use. I'm not sure where it went when I was away from this Atelier.
I think I got distracted because suddenly you're not wearing a jacket. It was so joyfully painful to get it here, though.
But now it's so much more, efficient because it makes our adventures much easier. Ha!
Items obtained through synthesis can be duplicated by using gemeralds. The more powerful the item, the more gemeralds it costs. To duplicate items, check the multiple cauldron in the Atelier. You can also access the item duplication screen by using L2 in the synthesis screen. You can review this tutorial in the help section. You can create gemeralds by reducing items with your cauldron. Not the multiple cauldron, that's different. Gems are used in the item rebuilding and the item duplication process. Go ahead and reduce unnecessary items that are garbage into gems, or gemeralds as they're properly known. Read the tutorial in the help section.
Sometimes people switch outfits. We read this in the tutorial in the help section. Alright, so I think this is where I want to be.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where you will see a land of pure imagination. Alright, so the reason I went up here, because I did take a little peek at something to kind of figure out what would be a useful path to go. And the reason I went down this gemerald path is to get the extra ingredients, which allow you to put more items in. Because, like, I was coming into a lot of places who were like, well, I could get a quasi-useful item, but I'm, like, one short. Like, I run out of items just before I unlock something that's actually useful. So I did my off-screening did consist of getting enough SPA to do that, which sent us down a road we do have now. It's not super necessary, but it was a way to get SPA and make us more powerful. So we did build our own Woppets. They're still low. Actually, he came with something called bone armor, which is in no previous game. But I did build us. I can't remember whether or not we had charms the last time, but I built him a smite blade, which is still the first level Woppet. That still has lightning strike S as opposed to lightning strike XL. But his starting weapon had nothing at all. And similarly,
So it's a massive plus.
yeah, so similarly for everyone else, they actually have the most basic boosts that their Woppets could have. And I put most of my effort into getting a better alchemy staff, which is why she has alchemy ability L. And HP regen on turn M, and various other things as well. And she's got meteor streaks, which, you know, you can see your doctor about that if it's troubling you.
Mm-hmm.
And then, probably more importantly than that really, I managed to get slightly better gathering tools. Like Master Bug Catcher means you can get quality 1, which we really don't care about that. But Capable, which is apparently better than Master, means we can get rank 2 stuff. So we can get rank 2 fish, we can get rank 2 whatever you get from crushing shit, we can get rank 2 wood, we can only get rank 1 sickle stuff, and we do have an airdrop, which I don't remember if that unlocked plot at all, but it sucks. Like, I've yet to find water we can dive in, so.
Oh well.
Oh.
We have a lot more gathering tools than we had in the prior session, where we literally just made the axe.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of stuff.
We have definitely improved things a bit. So we can chat with Claudia.
So nice to see you after such a long time. It's been a year, right?
Oh, it's been a week.
Actually, it's been a week since the last session.
Letters are nice, but it's nice to see each other in person. We're best to. Best to.
Looks like those islands are interfering with Kirkin Island, too. We need to take them out. We can't just let it slide. We need to unravel this mystery as soon as possible. I gotta be a man. I can't let it slide. I am a real pussy islander. Sorry.
We can't let these Carkyles, bully Pussy Island. It's not right.
It looks like it's been a long time since I've seen. It feels like it's been a long time since I've seen you, Ryza. I guess it means that we had a busy year.
It was literally last week, Lent. Nearly off the drinking. You turned into your dad.
No, I don't like it when you say stuff like that. It's got no basis in reality, yeah.
Don't you use that tone with me.
I mean, my macho tone.
I'm gonna slap you. I'm taking off my gloves so I can slap you proper.
Well, folks, I think that's a good place to call it a video. When we come back next time, Gloveless the Ryza will slap Lent. Or something similar, I'm sure.
It might be off screen. We'll see you then.